Secretary of State.
Yeah, so
you have to plug this
sometimes
in and take out the other
they
battery.
They'll put one of their family members in, in these certain types of offices here in Babylon. They put them as judges, Supreme Court and shit.
It says that he was born in Germany. Kissinger emigrated to the United States in 1938 as a Jewish refugee fleeing Nazi persecution.
There you go, man.
Yeah, it is. So he would actually know these things, right? Yeah. So I'll read some more of this. He said, who controls the food supply controls the people. Who controls the energy can control whole continents. Who controls money can control the world. History shows us this is true, especially when it comes to controlling food. Many people would like to believe that famines are a natural phenomenon. Unfortunately, this is seldom the case. Time and time again, famines are man-made and the result of political agendas. It says, famine is a very specific political product of the way in which societies are run, wars are fought, governments are managed.
Hey, if I can use the analogy from the first Total Recall movie, what do? He cut the air off. Well, they're doing that because you can't cut the air off on Earth, so you cut the food off. Now people can't eat. Give me a little space.
It says the single overwhelming element in causation in 3/4 of the famines and 3/4 of the famine deaths is political agency. Yet we still tend to be gripped by this idea that famine is natural calamity, which the Most High can naturally cause one. Like we read about how there would be natural disasters, disastrous weather that can actually damage your food supply. But also a lot of the times it can be caused by men. Like when we suffered in under the Roman Empire during the siege, they stopped the food from coming in, and basically nobody was allowed to leave, or you would be put to death. The Babylonian captivity, I think under the time of the Assyrian captivity, where the price of meat was so damn high that what would they say was a donkey's head? The ass's head. It cost shekels. Dove's dung. Yeah. Yep. It says it is a difficult pill to swallow that one's own country would allow their people to starve, and in some cases purposely. And yet history doesn't lie.
There you go, man. And this is the time in history where Esau is just gonna go all out because he has a short time to rule. And he understands that he has to warp speed his New World Order agenda. All right. So yeah, famines is gonna be natural. Heavenly Father, destroying the crops and stuff. But also Esau is gonna control the food. So you people are double fucked, man. All right, hey, you motherfucking homos and lesbos and shit. You gonna be a product. You gonna be starving out here, man. All right, for your wickedness, man. Okay.
I got a quick one. Leviticus 26:26 in the NLT. It says, "I will destroy your food supply, so that 10 women will need only one oven to bake bread for their families. They will ration your food by weight, and though you have food to eat, you will not be satisfied."
Yeah, Jake love to eat, man. Jake lived to eat. So the Lord gonna cut that fullness, your belly. You're gonna cut that out, man. And now you're gonna wonder why. Now you're gonna be trying to seek the Lord then.
God, to linebackers as well. Hey, that famine leads to cannibalism ultimately.
Yeah, it's gonna be there.
Because without the access to food, hey, like we read in what's that, 2 Kings? It speaks about the women have sodden their children. That's literal, man. They boiled their kids just so they can have meat, man.
Yeah.
That's what Yahweh Shemel Shah is bringing back. cannibalism upon the earth, man. And you watch it in your shows. What was that? The road when he had the basement of people and he was just slicing off, pieces of them. You know, that's about to hit, man. Hey, it's like,
hey, bro, bring out this Revelation 6.
I got it right here.
Go ahead.
All right, Con. Revelation 6 and 4. And there went out another horse that was red.
Started scripture before.
Con.
White horse.
Con. Verse 2, Revelation 6 and 2. And I saw, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him. And he went forth conquering and to conquer.
Yeah, that white horse represents Power Shot. All right? He's going to come back on that chariot, and he's going to take down these other nations, right? There's going to be many crowns upon his head. You know, he's basically going to take the rulership of these other nations. Once the Lord comes back with his Air Force, man, there ain't going to be no Edomite, no Russian Federation. They're going to be all destroyed, man. You know, because the Lord's coming from the east to the west. All right. The Lord already said he has 80-something thousand angels, you know, that he can call down to destroy the Roman Empire. And that was back then, man. All right. Now, imagine now, man. You know, Michael got to move from his place to come down, man. You know how much firepower that is? Esau ain't never imagined that much firepower ever. You know? Go ahead.
All right. Verse 3. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard a second beast say, "Come and see." And there went out another horse that was red.
Ooh, that horse is power, and red represents Edom. All right? Esau, Edom is that red horse. Okay, go ahead.
And power was given unto him.
Power was given unto him. Who gave him the power? The Heavenly Father, man. All right, go ahead.
That sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
To take peace from the earth. All right. So Esau take that food out the grocery store. That's like taking peace from you, man. You know, he's coming with war. All right. What's the opposite of peace? War. Okay.
Yeah, that's like a war tactic to starve a people out.
Yeah.
Because you wanna, if you wanna stop a level of resistance from a population, you weaken them.
Yep.
Cut off their food supply, cut off their energy, anything that they need, you know, to survive. And that's how you can you know, take your enemies down or keep them at bay.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. That's what he's doing over there in Gaza. Yeah.
Yep. Hey, like the with those UN what's those UN aid people that goes to make sure that they get fed, make sure the civilians are getting fed.
Like the Peace Corps shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fucking IDF was firing on their vans and shit.
Yeah, it was their the medics.
Yeah.
It was they unalived 15 of their medics. And they just let off on them, man. They said that they made excuses, said, when they came here, their truck didn't have lights on. Hey, but they ran back the footage. Hey, they had lights on it with and let them know that they were basically for the job of helping the people, and they still wet them up, man.
And I think they tried to bury him, and they try to bury him to kind of cover it up. They said they had they was shot up like 20 times.
Yeah, just, unloaded on their truck, man. No hesitation.
To take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword.
Ooh, great sword, man. You know, all the armies, all the technology it got, man. You know, the projectile weapon. You know, the guns, bullets, missiles. You know, the underground bunker busters. You know, they even got satellite with lasers on them, man. You know, that's a sword. You know. Go ahead.
Verse 5. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, "Come and see." and I beheld and lo.
And that beast is basically an angel. Okay? The angel's telling John what was what's befalling in the last days, man. Go ahead.
And behold, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts, saying, a measure of wheat for a penny, and a measure of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not thine oil and thy wine.
Yeah, that gets into the famine. You know, people are gonna spend a whole hell of a lot more money on your food products, man. That's coming. That can be here within a month, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Going crazy with them tariffs.
yeah, the tariffs. You know.
And that engineered famine, that's a form of the sword too, because that's it's a war tactic. You know, when particular armies go take over a land, sometimes they don't go right away and slaughter them. Sometimes you can poison their water system, you can destroy their crops, destroy their cattle, and then that's like a long term. They feel the long term effects because they're gonna end up being starved out.
Right. On top of that, and you still have the effects from the Ukraine being the breadbasket of the earth, supplying the world with 2/3 of the world's grain. You have other nations trying to compensate in order to get that surplus back, man. But it can't get back to that capacity at which it was, man. You know, along the Midwest, they flooded out. Remember all those what you call it? All those I can't think of the name of it. Basically where they store the grain. You know, all of those things were the silos, kind of thought. All those silos were basically destroyed as well with that grain spilling out, man. So it's no recovery of that, man.
Yep.
So you're gonna feel that soon.
That's why right now, they want to like Bill Gates. That's why he been coming with the idea of, you know, let's move over to, you know, roach milk, and let's eat burgers made with fucking beetle and worms and shit. We're gonna start 3D printing our meats.
Ultimate sources of protein.
Yeah, that's what they're moving towards.
Yeah, you think the elites don't eat that shit? No, the elites ain't gonna. They gonna eat. You know, they got their own farms that's not tainted, not polluted. You know, they give you peons. All right, they give you peons. You know, bullshit. You know, because you're indisposable, man.
Right, it's goyim food. That's all. That's pretty much what it is.
Disposable.
Disposable, man. You think you're getting some sirloin tips? You think you're getting a T-bone or whatever, and you pull that shit apart and you see all that damn glue bringing it together? Shit, that's not meat.
You already see a lot of videos when the fruit be all stretchy and rubbery and shit. The fish be spongy. They not eating like that.
Yeah.
Plastic fucking lettuce.
Continue that.
7. And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of a fourth beast say, come and see. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on it was Death.
Ooh, yeah, that represents basically all your pandemics. You know, all the diseases, the famine as well. You know. All the things that's gonna take people out, massive number, man. And that's gonna be a separate angel, you know, putting work on you wicked ass people out here, man. You know.
Great death, man. Hey,
Great death.
that big ass earthquake in Myanmar, they still counting the numbers of dead bodies.
And the angel did that. Angel, you know, shook up the ground, man.
There's been over they said there's been over 3,000 so far that they numbered dead.
Yeah.
Over 3,000 bodies. You know?
15 seconds.
And they're still not done.
They don't have the construction. They don't have the resources to bulldozers and shit to take the people out of it. They don't have the rescue to you know.
Them buildings was already built cheap. You know, they was already low quality.
Yeah, they're not built to withstand earthquakes.
And you don't supposed to be building that damn high any damn way. No more than 3 stories, man. No more than 3 stories. That's what it says in the scriptures. You know, and you're supposed to have a flat roof.
Yeah.
Okay.
That pitch roof was all good.
That's it, right?
There's no more. And hell followed with him. Salakia.
Read back up again.
Okay, verse 8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death. And hell followed him, and followed with him, and power was given unto them over the 4th part of the earth to kill with the sword and with hunger.
Yeah, it represents war too, man. You know, the Lord is the greatest multitasker, man. He's gonna send death angels. He's gonna send a spirit on Esau. He's gonna send Satan on Esau to create, you know, all kind of destruction. The Lord's gonna have separate angels to cause all type of destruction. You know, so this is gonna be death and hell all around, man. All right, that's that great period, man. That's Jacob's trouble, actually. Jacob's trouble. That's gonna be the worst time period that you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans gonna experience. You know, it's gonna be the worst time ever, man. And it's gonna be written about in the kingdom. You gonna know. You don't know which part you played, you know, in America. All right. Hey, some gonna wake up to everlasting life. Some gonna wake up. The majority you gonna wake up to, you know, everlasting shame and contempt. You know.
And would it say that the fourth part of the earth?
Unto them over the 4th part of the earth to kill with the sword and with hunger and with death and with the beasts of the earth.
Right. I remember the elder Apostle Tahar bringing it out not too long ago, where basically when you actually look it up, just type in 4th part of the earth, and what comes up, it says the phrase 4th part of the world historically refers to the Americas, specifically the landmasses discovered and mapped after Europeans traditionally recognize only 3 continents: Europe, Asia, and Africa. All right, but we know it's talking about the 4 winds of the earth, basically the whole world. But it's interesting that the 4th part of the earth was it was considered the Americas, right? And majority of our people are right here. They're right over here in the Americas, man. You know, and the Lord said that He was going to punish His people. So I can see that death angel is primarily going to come for Israel. All right, that pale horses. I mean, everybody's going to get it, but a lot of jakes are going to die, man, by the masses. It's going to be a lot of. That's why the scriptures say there shall be many more that perish than those that are saved. That means a lot of Israelites are not going to make it. A lot of them. Where is the sand of the sea? Where we can't be numbered. So if that many Israelites are going to die, hey, you're going to get used to it. The death of a lot of niggas, man. Everybody on that sign. That's how angry the Heavenly Father is with His people.
Amos 3:2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. 1. It's 3:2. I got Amos 3:1.
Yeah, sorry.
Amos 3:1. Hear these words that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, Amos 3:2, you only have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities.
Yep.
There you go.
And it's just like it seems like the Most High, He makes a statement every year by bringing these disastrous events that destroys a lot of resources where Jake is actually at. All right, he's like down there in the Caribbean. The Lord always sending them damn hurricanes to tear their shit up down there, or a massive earthquake. And they're already in third world conditions. So all it does is just exacerbate their condition. Cut their power off and they already don't have shit.
And the Caribbean was slapped with the heaviest terrors. Yeah, them islands.
Yeah. But that's because the Lord he's angry with you down there too.
Yeah.
All that brujeria and santeria and voodoo, Catholicism, cannibalism, all that murdering, all that gang culture. The Latin tribes down there killing each other off, the fucking cartels.
Yeah.
This shit is all satanic and wicked.
Yeah.
So the Lord makes it. He makes it every year. It's like he makes it a priority to make an example out of you down there by sending all those devastations, landslides, you name it. And the Lord is not gonna. He makes it worse year after year. He makes it worse. And when those things happen, and Jake is down there starving, they asking for help from the U.S. government. You know, their power is off. They need aid. Like, nah, man. The Lord is did that to you.
And when they run over to help Ukraine, then there's always slow
Skip
motion.
right over you though.
Yeah. Showing you.
Yeah, it ain't no excuse. We got brothers that's teaching the word in Jamaica, and Trinidad.
Yep.
You know, these different islands down there where you Jakes are at. You know,
Yep.
no excuse, man.
You have the internet.
Yep.
Yeah, the script was at Jeremiah 15. Who shall bemondi? Who shall go aside to ask how thou doest? And you get left to the curb, man. But that's the Most High doing that because He wants you to acknowledge the error of your transgressions. Those are the scourges that the Lord is sending among you.
Yeah.
You're gonna continue to call upon these gods that man, you know, with his own imagination created. You're gonna continue to call upon those gods, those idols. Whatever God that you serve down there, it ain't helping you out of your condition. You know? Cesare, he's not coming to the rescue for you. Guadalupe, Saint Mary, she was used as a purpose in that one incarnation.
Speaking of Cesare, they got a new Passion of the Christ 2 coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's further going to dumb down you niggas, man.
What they say it's about?
They say
Is it about the 40 days?
Maybe.
I think so.
Yeah, 40 days after.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll go see it.
Yeah.
I'll go.
Because we gonna
I'll
put
see it. Yeah.
In truthful context.
Right. I'll see it.
You brothers haven't watched the first one since you've been with the understanding of this.
Man,
It hit different, bro.
it hit way different.
Start seeing it in, you know, for the understanding, you start imagining this.
Right.
He's Jake and all of this. Man, the Latin is kind of tough,
Yeah.
but get past that, it's an excellent movie.
It should make you, hey man, it puts you through the emotions. It gets you angry.
It gives you, like Brother Salaki, like the brother was saying, it's a visual. We're visual people.
Yeah.
It gives you the visuals, and like even the scriptures say, we can't even partly comprehend what actually happened to him.
Yeah.
Right? But it puts you in the mind state of what he did for you to wake up and have this truth. And what you should be trying to make yourself a living sacrifice for him.
For our people to still, to this day, just,
Yep.
you know, shit on his legacy,
Yep.
his purpose. You know, they make light his sacrifice. You know what I mean? This is why the Lord's going to destroy our people, man. and we ain't gonna feel nothing for him. We look at what happened to the Lord and be like, it was because these niggas, they caused that. Even though it was still prophecy.
I say that we was perfect.
Come.
He didn't cover some of ours. At least we tried. If we're the prophets coming back, at least we was trying. You know? But Jake just don't give a damn, bro. Jake just do whatever they want to do.
Yeah, the Lord always had that remnant. You know? He always had that remnant. You know, that 7,000 men.
Yeah.
You know, that wouldn't bow down to the knees of Baal.
The grape of the cluster.
Right?
Yeah.
Always been, man, since the beginning. You know?
Yeah.
That's all.
But yeah, going back to that in Amos, you know, the Most High, he said, you only have I known, therefore will I punish you. So that's why Jake, it seemed like they get the worst end of a lot of these judgments that you see happening. Yeah, the Lord, he be jacking these heathens up too. Them Hamites be down there getting jacked up. They killing each other left and right. You know, they get plagued with disease down there all the time. Them Hamites getting starved out. But you got a lot of judgment on our people too. Like down there, over there in Gaza, there's some Israelites among them in Gaza. And look what's happening over there. But are they calling on the names of Yahweh and Yahushai? No. So the Most High, he's you know, he has to do, and you know, no parent wants to, you know,
right.
They don't want to have to do it, but
for their own good.
Yeah.
We all got whoopings for our own good.
Yeah.
You know? How much more the father?
And the more you whoop your child, the better you want for them.
Yeah. I don't know who's holding something, but if you need something to pull, you got it.
It's 1 Peter 4 and 17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai? And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?
Yep. Yeah, the Most High, he got it out for his people, man. Like even when you go back to was that Deuteronomy 32, where it says vengeance is mine.
Yep.
Somebody find that. That was a statement the Lord was making concerning his own people. Yep.
Deuteronomy 32, verse 35, says, to me belongeth vengeance and recompense. Their foot shall slide in due time, for the day of their calamity is at hand, and the things that shall come upon them make haste. Is that the one?
Yeah, that's it. Now I think it's one also in Hebrews, if I'm not mistaken. Let me search it real quick.
Romans 12 and 19.
What, Romans 12:19?
Romans 12, yeah.
Romans 12:19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, says Yahweh.
Yeah. And that's why the Lord taught us how to be at peace with men. You know, just for the sake of being blameless. Because you know we a lot of the mistreatment and being evil and treated, it comes from our own people. It's mainly our own people that ill treats the prophets. So the Lord, he always got judgment upon his people. When they persecuted the ancient prophets, judgment came down. You know, they persecuted Jeremiah, and then what happened after that? The Babylonians came down on them. See? They put Yahushua on the cross, and then had the disciples put to death. What happened after that? 70 AD. So the Lord, the Lord does love his people. But the Most High also, he judges his people too. Somebody give me Job 34. Job 34 and verse. No, it's verse 19.
It's Job 34, verse 19. Ooh. I'll read in the NLT. This is Job 34, 19, and he reads, "He doesn't care how great a person may be, and he pays no more attention to the rich than to the poor. He made them all. In a moment they die. In the middle of the night they pass away. The mighty are removed without human hand."
Shit, that's if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Pass away in your sleep, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a mercy. That's mercy right there, man.
And read all the way down to to like 30.
This is verse 20. In a moment they die. In the middle of the night they pass away. They are mighty. It's like the mighty are removed without human hand. For Yahweh watches how people live. He sees everything they do.
Especially if his eyes are upon that sinful kingdom, right?
Yeah.
Who's that sinful kingdom?
Israel.
Jake. His eyes is on everything that our people do. And he says that he's angry with the wicked every day because of what he sees every day. Yeah. You're looking at these niggas in these different cities, scheming on each other's women, selling drugs to each other, shooting drive-bys, killing little kids, babies, by stray bullets, shooting up houses, shooting up funerals. The Lord looking at all that shit, man. You in church on Sunday, screaming and foaming at the mouth and going crazy over a white Jesus. He's seeing all this shit, man. You on the comment boards, scamming and spamming and trolling our comment section, not taking the counsel of the Lord serious.
Yep. He sees all these fucked up Passover ceremonies you niggas are doing.
Yeah. Oh, he's looking at the circumcision.
Oh yeah.
Because like the brother just read in 1 Peter the 4th chapter, that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. So he's looking at you niggas with putting out Passover commercials. All right, making Jake pay Passover fees, extorting Jake, monetizing the truth, taking pictures with celebrities, going on podcasts. You got Israelites compassing a land and sea to make one proselyte in fucking heathenistic lands. But won't preach, right? But won't preach in the cold because it's cold and it's raining. The Lord's seeing all this shit, man.
He's seeing your intent.
Yeah. He who search out your reins, who ponders the heart. Who weighs your actions. He's seeing you slander the prophets, calling them rapists, misusing his name, selling breakdowns.
Saying you don't have to worship him.
Yeah, saying don't worship the sun. When the scriptures say kiss the sun lest he be angry. A lot of you you're not exalting Yahweh Shai. You're putting yourself in the law before Yahweh Shai. The Lord, he's disgusted with Israel, man. He's disgusted with you, man. Don't give a fuck if you put fringes on the border of your clothes. You niggas is wicked.
But he care if you put a chip in your body though.
Oh, yeah.
Like some leader of ISUPK, General Yohana said that he don't care.
Yeah. Yep. But keep going. Keep going down.
I got a quick read too.
Go ahead.
There's 2nd Ezra 16 and 62. Yea, in the spirit of Almighty Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, which made all things, and searcheth out all hidden things in the secrets of the earth. Surely he knoweth your inventions and what ye think in your hearts, even them that sin and would hide their sin. Therefore hath the Lord exactly searched out all your works, and he will put you all to shame. And when your sins are brought forth, ye shall be ashamed before men, and your own sins shall be your accusers in that day.
Yep. You ain't gonna have no one to blame but yourself. At least Israel back in the ancient days, when they knew that evil was coming, they would say to themselves, damn, what is our sin? That this evil is come our way.
Yeah.
And they would actually repent. But Jake now, they instead they'll blaspheme the Most High, talk shit about him.
They will not be mindful of the scourges.
Yep.
So it's true.
You go ahead.
Back in Job 34 NLT, this is verse 22. No darkness is thick enough to hide the wicked from his eyes. We don't set the time. We don't set the time when we will come before Yahweh in judgment. He brings the mighty to ruin without asking anyone.
Oh, he said he brings you to ruin without even asking. So you never know when your time is gonna come. That's what makes it scary. You never know.
And Jake lived like that ain't a punishment.
Mm-hmm.
But only, if I may make the statement to follow it up, only if you die in this truth is it a thing of mercy. You know, is it a good thing? Okay, because the rest of it's in punishments. Just want to add that too. Fear. That's why we don't fear death, because we feel like we should get a form of mercy.
Yeah,
by doing the will.
When you're fighting correctly.
Right.
You know? This is a quick pre. Ecclesiastes 9 and 11. It's like in 9 and 12. For man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in an evil net, and as the birds that are caught in the snare. So are the sons of men snared in an evil time, when it falleth suddenly upon them.
Yep. And aren't they right now trying to, act like, they're trying to establish some type of peace? You always hear them talk about we need to establish peace in the earth, peace and security, peace and safety. What did Paul said in his letter? But when they shall say these things, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. Like a woman in travail, man. You shall not escape it. Go ahead.
It's back in Job 34 and 25. He knows what they do, and in the night he overturns and destroys them. He strikes them down because they are wicked, doing it openly for all to see.
Yep, make you a public example. Go ahead.
For they turned away from following him. They have no respect for any of his ways.
Yeah, our people, they don't have any respect to the ways of the Most High, man. They have no regard, man. And the scriptures say, they that hate me love death. As his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks to the wicked. They rebel against the light. Yahweh Shai said it. Neither will they come into the light lest their deeds should be reproved.
Hey, Jake act like that bright light of being correction is worse than death itself, than the punishments of death. Hey, this just blinding for a moment, but then you can see clearly.
Yep.
And now you can move in a righteous way without that same fear.
Quick read.
Yeah.
Sirach 32 and 17. A sinful man will not be reproved, but findeth an excuse according to his will.
Yep. That's niggas for you.
No, all types of excuses.
This back in Job 34. This is 27. For they turned away from following him. They have no respect for any of his ways. They cause the poor to cry out, catching the Most High's attention.
Wow.
That's heavy. Hey, the scriptures talk about the blood of the saints crying unto Yahweh Bashim Shai for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof, man. Hey, so that's the lot that we're in, man. Lord willing, we be of that number.
It also talks about the cry of the oppressed,
Yep.
the cry of the fatherless and the widows.
Yep.
And Jake, Jake don't give a damn, man. Because we live in a capitalistic world where it's all about basically doing for yourself.
Money.
They have no regard for their nation. Go ahead.
Continuing. They cause the poor to cry out, catching the Most High's attention. He hears the cries of the needy. It reminds me of a parable of Lazarus and the rich man.
Yep.
Lazarus was in the bosom, it said, of Abraham, I believe. And it says that the dogs were basically licking his sores, man. The other nations forward in the afflictions in which we go through on this side.
Right, so you can never really truly heal.
Yep. And that's the point of a prophet, to sigh and cry, man. And you're supposed to be going through hell. You're supposed to be catching it because Yahweh Shemel Shai is disconnecting our connection, or disconnecting or severing, I should say, severing the connection from us in this world, man. Making it easier for you to let go. That's why Micah 2:10 says what it says, man. Arise, depart, for this is not your rest, because it shall utterly pollute you or destroy you, yea, with the sword destruction, man. And you need this disconnection to get closer into Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. You can't serve two masters here. Continuing, it says, he hears the cries of the needy, but if he chooses to remain quiet, who can criticize him? When he hides his face, no one can find him.
Remember, when he hides his face, what?
When he hides his face, no one can find him.
Hey. He said, I will return unto my place and hide my face until they acknowledge their offense. What happens when the Most High turns his face?
Those without protection are destroyed, man.
Yeah.
Right, the other nations know that
it's open season.
It's go time.
It's open season.
That's why they knew when that account in the book of
Judith, the 5th chapter.
Right. The nations knew that if we were in good standing, there's nothing they can do. They get fucked up.
Yep.
But if they're able to see that we're sinning, like as a whole, right?
Matter of fact, go to it real quick. Judith 5, I think start like around the 19th verse. You might as well get it.
Yeah, this is Judith 5, and I'll start here at I started at 17. This is Judith 5 and 17. And whilst they sinned not before their power, they prospered, because Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, that hateth iniquity, was with them. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not theirs. And the temple of their power was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by their enemies.
They even tried to get with the Egyptians to fight the Babylonians, and still took an L. Still got your temple ransacked and burned. You still got carried away captive over into Babylon to serve them and their gods. That was because the Lord turned his face from you. Because you didn't want to hear what Jeremiah was telling you. You didn't want to hear what, the prophets that was contemporary at the time. You didn't want to hear what they were telling you. That was all message from the Heavenly Father. And all they did was persecute the prophets. So these nations, they know. They know, man. And this is the reason why they have to keep you in sin. They have to keep that influence on you, you tribes. This is why they have to take control of the music industry, so that they can control the content that would keep our people under that negative demonic influence. That spell, man.
That's why Jake is gonna be held in contempt, man. And when you go into that word contempt, it means that blatant disrespect. That's why when you got a court date, you got a court date. So when you miss that court date, they consider it you intentionally didn't show up. know, so when Jake, you know, they hear the prophets speaking, you know that the prophets are speaking the words of the Most High. The Most High is speaking through those prophets. And it's like, you know, you got a father and you getting in trouble. Your father constantly getting on you. And you like, all right, okay, I don't want to hear it no more. And your father like, I'm going to stop talking when I want to stop talking. But when I stop talking, that's when you got to be worried. And that's what the Most High is about to do. He's about to stop his prophets from reproving. And then he's about to start whooping ass.
That's it.
Still reading?
Yeah.
It's 18. But now are they returned to their power and are come up from the places where they were scattered and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate.
Yeah, man. That's why the Lord said, "Vengeance is His." All right, and when He said that, it was in regards to His people. Hey, when that happened to us during the Babylonian captivity, that was vengeance from the Lord. You know, that was straight up vengeance. So you can go back to that in Job.
It's Job 34 and 29 NLT. But if he chooses to remain quiet, who can criticize him? When he hides his face, no one can find him, whether an individual or a nation. He prevents the godless from ruling, so they cannot be a snare to the people.
Read that again.
It's 30. He prevents the godless from ruling.
Wait, read the 29th verse again.
29. But if he chooses to remain quiet, who can criticize him? When he hides his face, no one can find him, whether an individual or a nation.
Whether an individual or whether a nation. Like when it talks about the individual, that can mean, like, for example, King Saul. When the Most High hid his face from King Saul, nothing but evil spirits troubled Saul. He kept trying to seek answers from the Most High, but the Most High, he wasn't appearing to him. He tried to go through those mediums and ended up conjuring Samuel in the process. And Samuel was like, "Hey, why did you disquiet me? I was resting. What the fuck are you doing?" You know? As a matter of fact, this is what the Lord is going. This is what He got to say to you.
Brought the prophet back that he felt comfortable with.
King David is gonna be king. David's gonna be king. The kingdom's gonna be stripped from you, and you're gonna be with me. You and your son. You're gonna be with me tomorrow. The Most High gonna kill you, man. So yeah, the Lord can turn His face from an individual. He could do that to a whole nation, and that's what He did several times.
And everything in between, because that's what it is for our people. 2/3 of them, He turned His face from them.
Yep.
He let the angel block them from Isaiah the 6th chapter.
Yep.
But then He still deals with His servants, shares His secrets with the servants, the prophets.
Prophets. Yep.
Yep.
But the Lord can do that, man. He can turn his face from an individual, you know, and you can try to call on the name of the Lord, and you blue in the face, and the Lord can leave you to your own devices, man. Because like it says in Proverbs 1, when I called, you refused. When I stretched out my hand, you didn't regard it. You didn't take counsel. And Trump is doing an impeccable job.
He's the best. I'm mad we did 4 years of Biden, bro.
Bro, we didn't need, yeah, we really didn't need him.
We should have other people
to
continue to be delusional. Just let this dude do his job. Might be out of here.
Yeah, man. Because he's gonna with the move that the elites got him making, he's gonna speed up the process of Jacob's trouble coming. He's the one. Con. Remember when they had him in a magazine and they called it The Last Trump?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the one, man.
Fast.
Moving quickly. And you people about to be asked out here in these streets, man.
All right, they already got him making moves against Iran.
Oh, man.
Which we know when that happens.
We told y'all about that for years. We told you for years. Once they start focusing on Iran, once they start to consider, that's when all the pieces on the chessboard is gonna start moving quickly, man.
Because that's the only place that's left, right? They already took out all the other, because they had an agenda to take out
the seven. The seven.
Yeah.
So who's left?
Iran.
Iran.
Yeah, just on Ezekiel 38. You know, Persia. Persia gonna be joined with Russia. You know, Libya, Ethiopia, you know, Turkey.
Yep. We seen it all come to fruition. You know, so hey, you niggas, there's not much time left. There's not much time left, man. The devil's gonna come down with great wrath, knowing that he had but a short time. You know. So now you're gonna start to see that travail. You're gonna start to feel it. All these massive layoffs, people out of work, all these evictions. You know, you had what was that, the
rent moratorium?
No, well, there was a program that dealt with funding housing for the low income.
Yeah, 60,000. The 60,000 vouchers. Basically.
Doge is cutting all that shit.
Yeah.
Doge is cutting all that shit, man. So a lot of people there.
Housing, urban development.
Yeah.
Hood.
So they're cutting their funds. So a lot of people are gonna be dropped off in the streets.
Section 8.
All that is, so you people about to be in a very, very dire situation, man.
We keep saying Jake gonna have it the worst.
Yeah.
Which we're already seeing it. Man, there's so many fucking bums out here, so many homeless people out here. It's crazy. They're everywhere. You know?
I knew it was bad when they started renting pods to people.
Yeah.
Them little pods.
Yeah. Where you can rent like a bed or a bunk or some shit like that.
Yeah. Like $400 a month for that shit.
They've been doing that in San Francisco for I want to say 5 or 4 years now.
Yeah.
You know.
California's really.
It was real bad. Everybody sleeping in Humvees and man. You got a bunch of sanctuary cities and a bunch of tents. People sleeping under overpasses.
Bunch of RBs and shit everywhere.
Yeah.
Trying to live off the grid.
Oh man.
I was gonna say a lot of these RVs people getting rid of, bro. Like SUVs.
Yeah.
Getting rid of because of gas. Can't drive that. Can't be your daily driver. Can't.
Yeah, like people are being forced to downscale their lives.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
get rid of the fucking boat. Get rid of all the shit that they really don't need.
Yep.
Gotta get rid of it, man. You know, and it's little by little, these jobs are gonna start disappearing too. You know, because people can't afford to pay their luxuries anymore. So it's just a domino effect.
You got this thing right now where you got women that are they're going live and they're showing how they're living in their vans and shit.
Yep.
They living right out of their SUVs. Yeah.
But they didn't. But it's a lot, bro. But so many, the woman species has turned the man off so much in this day and age that men aren't even trying to rescue you.
Right.
They ain't even looking like, damn, she living out of her van. They'll watch, but they ain't calling her up like, hey, drive over. I'm gonna, cash out you some money and drive out to my city, and we can make something work.
No, they staying on cold now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
staying on cold.
They don't want to be a help. They just want to be fucking treated like
We'll be taken care of.
they don't want to do nothing.
Yeah.
You know, like the fuck. Don't you see how the world is right now?
I need help, don't
Fuck,
you?
yeah, right.
Get some homeless.
I'm supposed to just work my ass off just so you can chill at home.
Hey, and I gotta throw this out there too. Hey, that third world mentality is coming. That third world mentality is coming to America. Right now, people all in order, there's running water, they still somehow got some amount of food in them, but they're getting on edge. But that third world mentality, one more tariff, one more hike in price, and people's fight, flight, survival mode's about to kick in, to where they're gonna. You already see what's happening. People just offering their children, offering themselves, offering any, just taking people out for any little thing now. How much more you women sleeping in these cars? How much more people that's homeless?
We had three little demons. They tried to stab their mother because she cut off the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
They don't know. She might have to make a build choice. They didn't say all of that, but just you don't know.
They ran out the house.
So they were just not doing nothing, not chipping in.
Yep.
With chores.
Yeah, so it's gonna get rough out here, man. You got them storage unit hoes out there too.
Yeah.
They're living in them storage units, renting them out.
Yeah, they run a power cord from the storage
hallway.
unit.
The storage
Or have
unit.
a generator or something.
Yeah.
And when they wait till it get completely quiet, then they cut it on so nobody know they in there.
Yep.
Shit is getting spooky
He
out
saw
here.
crack down on that shit too.
Yeah.
Get you niggas out there
Sending
storage
drones,
storage
and
units.
sending drones and them dogs and robot dogs out there. Y'all seen the robot horse, right?
Oh yeah.
The robot horse now, bro.
Yeah, it was on the mountain, right? The dude
Yeah.
riding.
Right?
No, but did you see that video I sent yesterday about the robot dogs?
That was the one.
That one was crazy,
take it up.
bro.
See, this is what I was gonna say. Speak into how they got the infrared. They gonna start knowing where you at. They're gonna be able to look through the building. Oh, there's 8 people in here. Yeah, there's 8 people in here. We've seen that in the movies already.
They're rolling packs.
Facial recognition software
Yep.
built into those things.
They roll in packs, and each dog has a duty, a job, like a task.
Well, the one in the middle got the gun. The one over here got the arm on it and shit.
They got flamethrowers.
Yeah, bro.
But you're gonna see a lot of businesses go to that for security. Because, for example, you look across the street, you got a security guard, right? If you had a dog there, and he just, he's got AI built in him, so he's recording, he can report, he can have special recognition. You don't gotta pay him shit. You just pay a one-time fee, probably pay for maintenance or something, and he's on the clock 24 hours.
And they can see if we have weapons and shit on us, they can metal detect and all from 30 feet away.
So that takes a job.
This is
that
all
takes about 3 jobs.
This is all the image, right? All the ships, right? This is all the image that they're setting up.
Real quick, Matthew 24:21 in the AMP, it says, "For at that time there will be a great tribulation, pressure, distress, oppression, such as has not occurred since the beginning of the world until now, nor ever will again. And if those days of tribulation had not been cut short, no human life would be saved. But for the sake of the elect, God's chosen ones, those days will be shortened."
So things are happening fast for our sake. That's why we gotta take it in, see it, and process it, and then realize that, hey, only Yahweh Shema Shah is gonna get us out of this. There's no other way to escape these things. If there was one robot dog there, one inside the building, one over there around the corner, they can link each other and come chase you down if you did anything. Or if one of them recognize your face, you try to escape, they got your plate, man, they got you, man. They're making it to where there's no escape. You have to go through them and pretty much worship them in their image to be a part of this system, to have everyday life, the necessities.
They got not just the dogs, they got the actual robots.
Yeah.
Humanoid type robots that function,
They look like human.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were, what was that? They were talking, this fucking Terminator I thought I saw the article on. So they're growing skin to put on these robots?
Yeah.
To make them look more human? Like real human skin to put on a robot? That's Terminator. So this is the world they're building. And they're really serious about this shit, man. Because they know that if they can accomplish this, they truly believe that they'll be able to keep the blessing forever. But we know through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shah, that ain't possible.
Yeah, that travail is man, it's finna get real painful out here, man.
You can't outrun a robot, bro.
Hell
Jake
no.
is fast, but you ain't robot. That's why they need him. 'Cause Jake naturally is fast.
Or
He
a
got
bullet.
the hops.
Can't outrun a bullet, bro.
Yeah.
All the robot gonna see is Terminator.
It's on certain
All
lists.
red letters,
He's
terminated.
gonna be programmed to see a dark skinned dude.
Terminated.
Yeah, the last, they gonna try to hit the gates, hit the fences. The robot just gonna shoot through it.
It's like, no, push it up, let's kill me.
You can't outshoot it either. Because shooting against a man, you know, if you hit a man in a certain spot, you can, decapacitate him or
throw him off,
kill him.
yeah.
Yeah, stop him. If you shoot the robot, it's gonna keep on shooting back.
Yeah, these niggas can't shoot anyways,
You
man.
remember when Terminator, we would have one arm still coming after him like this, bro.
Get Ezekiel 21. Get Ezekiel. It's going. Hey, it's when it gets to that point. That's you're gonna see a lot of dead Israelites in the street.
Ezekiel
21. Start at the 8th verse.
Ezekiel 21:8.
He got it.
Again, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh. Say, a sword is sharpened and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sword slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree.
Shall you still get lit? Knowing what the prophecy just said, shall we still turn up? Still want to party? Well, the Lord said this sword is being made sharp. He gonna make sure that this technology that this man gonna use is 100% accurate. All right, high level accuracy, man. They're not gonna miss. They're not gonna discriminate. All right, they're gonna be tested out because they've been testing it out. If they put it in your movies and your films, they've been had it.
And they don't mind sharing with the public
Yeah.
that information.
Right. Predictive programming.
So like, did brother see the TikTok of the it was like an Edomite, I think he's like a mechanical engineer or something, but what he did was he made like a contraption and put like a rifle on it, and it would shoot blanks, and he would just like say certain commands to it, and it would do it with like pinpoint, it was able to do it like pinpoint accuracy. And then he got on top of the weapon, and the robot basically still shot exactly how he needed it to.
I didn't see that one.
He was carrying him. He was like probably like 185 pounds plus, and was still shooting. Nothing.
See?
Yeah.
One more verse. Verse 11. And he have given it to be furbished, that it may be handled. Well, that's what you said. You know, it's gonna be perfect. It's gonna accomplish the thing that the Lord sent it to do. That like the dude that Edomite sitting on that robot, telling it what to do. Hey, the Most High is giving the command to Esau and his devices, and it's going to accomplish. It says, this sword is sharpened, and it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer.
And remember, the Most High, He works both sides, the left hand and the right. When the scriptures talk about how, was that Micah, where it says, when they practice it, when the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. That sword, that's gonna be the power in his hand. All right, that's the God-like power. All right, and you Jakes out there, you ain't gonna have nothing for that. If you ain't covered by the blood of Yahushai, you're not one of the elect. You ain't gonna have no answers for it, man. You done. All right, hey, you can go and get your Glocks, the little shit that you use on each other in the hood, but that's not gonna do nothing for you. Not gonna work. You know? That was it. Somebody has something else?
I got Isaiah 10.
Go ahead.
Isaiah 10 and 5, right?
Yeah.
They said, "Oh, Syrian."
And Salakia, and you can shoot a robot, but that's not flesh.
Yeah.
see no blood.
It's not gonna bleed out. You know.
But he's sending a signal to another one to come get your ass.
Yeah.
And sending him your description, your face.
Yep.
You know, and sending an alert out to all the other robots and the authorities.
And they yelling help.
Yeah.
The only way to really stop those is like to blow it up. And y'all ain't got that low weight.
No.
Hey, nigga might have some a bazooka or some shit, but he ain't got that many rounds.
You got 1 round, bro.
Yeah. You got a few rounds, man.
They have to come up with like improvised explosive IEDs.
Well, niggas ain't got that type of,
You know?
well, I mean, probably can look up on the internet and shit.
A few ex-military jakes that might have some grenades, but that's only gonna last so long.
The closest to having that kind of technology would probably be like an Edomite veteran or something.
Yeah.
Edomites that deal with that.
Yeah.
Because that's their specialty anyway, is the sword. They can build their own weapons. You know? Go ahead.
Isaiah 10:5. O Assyrians, the rod of my anger, and the staff in their hands is my indignation. I will send him against an hypocritical nation, and against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge to take the spoil and to take the prey and to tread them down like the mire of the streets.
Man, that sounds like the Lord's vengeance, man. Vengeance is mine. That's on that. He's saying that I'm gonna take your enemy and I'm gonna send him against you, and I'm gonna give him charge over you. That's not good. That ain't good, man. That's not a good look at all. Because knowing how Esau feels about you tribes, he gonna go all the way with it. He already treats you like you're not human. You know? They revert back to their old ways. They believe in this scientific racism that, you know, so-called blacks, they can't feel pain. They're violent, naturally violent. They're, you know, they're like animals. Yeah. They have low IQ. They're hypersexual. They all these different things that he comes up with to boast of his racial superiority. It fulfills that complex. But just them having those ideas, and then the fact that they will be put in position to actually come against you, and the Lord said that He's gonna send them to you. Yeah, that means the Most High turned His face from you. You know. See, and y'all, hey, you should have known, because Donald Trump, he remembered when y'all niggas was feeling the way y'all felt under Biden. He ain't forget that.
FDT.
Yeah, he didn't forget that at all. He remembers all that. So now, hey, call on your Allah, call on your Chesray, you know, or think that you're gonna stockpile, you know, store up a bag, you know, think that you're gonna go and buy a bunch of banana clips to your rifles. It's not gonna do you no good. If you're not covered under Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you're done out here.
That's it.
That is all. That is it, man. Go ahead.
Psalms 17 and 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
There it is. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. Showing you that, hey, Esau and the technology that he has, that he uses to weaponize, that ultimately that's the Most High's weapon. Just like the nukes are the Most High's weapons of his indignation. And they're gonna have accuracy too when the nations shoot their missiles On Babylon, they're gonna do it with accuracy. None of them are gonna miss. They're not gonna break rank. They're not gonna miss. When they begin to be shot into the ends of the earth.
When King David, I was gonna say when King David said that, that shows that he had the understanding that the Most High is controls both sides, and he wanted to be in the good graces of the Lord.
Exactly. Yeah, King David wasn't an arrogant individual. He knew that he needed the Most High's power to be able to fight those battles.
Yeah, King David, he was the baddest motherfucker walking at that time.
Right.
He still knew. He said, "The Lord teaches my hand in war."
Out of war, yeah.
Psalms 144:1.
He also said, "My bow, neither shall my sword save me." You know.
He was slaying with them things.
Yeah.
But he knew it was the Most High that made it possible for all that to happen.
Yep.
What was you saying?
I was gonna say that we were speaking on AI. The Most High controls AI. You know, the Chat GPT. The Most High is in ultimate control of all of that. You know, Jay give Esau too much credit. Like, you know, with all this technology, the Most High is in control of the right hand and the left hand. You know, it's just it's a matter of you having the spirit to be able to discern. You know, because that's what's gonna happen. Esau's they're about to deceive, heavily deceive. You know, with this AI technology, with the Chat GPT, different bots. You know, but that's the Most High control that. It's like you got.
Yeah, the Lord said that knowledge shall be increased. You know, so it's advanced now. So that means even the sword is advanced.
Yeah.
The ancient Romans, they didn't have drones back then. They didn't have, you know, missiles. You know,
Well, they had catapults, but that ain't. You look at the difference.
right. You know, back then they would light arrows and shoot fiery arrows and you know stuff like that. And they had swords and iron made armor.
That's Isaiah.
Isaiah 9. But now this is totally advanced now. So that means that it's going to be that much more brutal. You know?
Do more damage.
Yeah.
More death.
And the message sent is worse. Because being stuck with a sword, I'm sure that hurts. And being burnt up with fire and not die immediately. Like to live through that, and then just go through the layers until it get to where you cut your breath off.
Until the fire goes off, it goes out on you,
Man.
then you just die like a slow death.
Hey, bro, that soldier, that one that did it real quick, he poured himself real quick, like, no!
Oh, yeah.
Till I started, he, boom, ah! When he did that, he felt that, You know he fucked up, bro. Hey, the fire started burning up his breath, he couldn't breathe no more.
They get a Tesla.
Yeah. Man, what you got? I'm trying to escape all that. That just like when I saw that one, I was like, I don't want to go out like that. I know that ain't even like the missiles. I'm not trying to go out like that.
That's still colder than
Yeah.
missile fire.
Yeah. Cold and temperature, like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Was you gonna read that one?
Okay. This is Isaiah 9:5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
Jump to Isaiah 66, 15.
It is Isaiah
Oh,
66.
yeah, Lord bring that laser fire too, man.
Hell
They
yeah.
forget that.
And did he not say, I came to bring fire?
Yeah.
But what would I if it's already kindled? Yep.
It is Isaiah 66:15. For behold, Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai will come with fire, and his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh,
Judge, plead and judge. Right?
Judge.
Right.
Yes.
Judge all flesh.
Yep.
and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
Yep.
What else you want us to say? I mean, what do you want us to tell you about?
Right.
Jake need to see action. Jake need to see
Yeah, somebody
bodies
out there.
drop. I ain't talking about 100. I'm talking about 1,000, 10,000s of bodies drop for them to, you know, want to get right, want to seek the Lord.
They see the footage from these wars that are being fought right now.
Yeah.
It's not like something. It's not like we're talking about something that's not happening in the moment. Hey, we all seen the footage from the place Gaza, Ukraine, and all the wars being fought over there.
Man,
hey,
y'all see that?
Man.
Y'all see that building? That guy, it got blown up. It exploded, and a bunch of bodies flew up out of the fucking explosion. The bodies was just shooting out of the fucking explosion.
Now you start thinking like, damn, I hope they were dead on the way up. They still gotta come down.
Bro,
they got
that's brutality. That's brutal.
Most
Man.
high may not let
Yeah, I was about to say, he can keep their spirit in their body
Yeah.
until they hit the ground.
They gotta see
Let
it.
out,
They gotta see it happen up close and personal. They gotta have a damn bomb, a foreign bomb drop in, you know, Compton or Watts or Brooklyn or motherfucking Miami Gardens or somewhere. You know, West Oak Cliff, Montgomery, Alabama. You know, Tuscaloosa. You know, Memphis. You know, where Jake is heavy in there, where Jake gotta catch
knock
him.
off one of these first 48 cities,
Right.
Myrtle capitals.
St. Louis.
Newark.
Yeah, Newark. You know, Harlem. Where you know, Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston. Where Jake is heavy and Jake is just in the heavy folly and bullshit. That's where, you know, that major death gotta come. That death angel is gonna come through and wipe them cities out, man.
Yep. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy, man. You know, and it's gonna get to the point where when the Lord start opening up on Jake, we're gonna be a bit nervous. We're gonna be calling on the Lord constantly, man.
Hell yeah.
That's gonna be our default mode right there, man. Call upon His name, man.
And the beautiful part about it, call on His name, and then when you realize you start calling on the name enough, it ain't enough, but you know what I'm saying, you start calling on it more and more, you start realizing it just becomes a rejoicing, and praising Him. Like you ain't even asking Him to protect you, you're just asking Him to keep doing what you're doing.
Keep delivering.
Yeah, and please do that, but then you start seeing, even though people around you, things is happening, you start realizing you're fulfilling what we need.
Right.
You care about us. You know, so it's a cold two-edged sword, but at the same time, now you niggas gotta go, man. The only way we gonna get to the kingdom for all you bad apples to get chopped down, man. Get burnt up.
Yep. Anybody, any other, got anything else? Any other precept? That's it? All right, so with that, we're going to give all honor, all praise, and all glory to Yahweh. That one to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone, king's blessings and salutations to the elect. Shalom.
You can come by.